It's a farcical comedy. Three, two, one. Hello, welcome to Please Ask Petunia About My Oscar. I am your host, Douglas Wester. I'm a guy on the internet, so, take that for what you will. I'm joined by my other host, Jay, who is also a guy on the internet.
Yeah, let's do it.
And I am joined by my other co-host, TJ, who is also a guy on the internet.
So do I need to, redesign the logo to be PAPAO?
PAPAO.
Since it's a small word, does not count inside of a...
Does it? I thought...
No, so stuff like of, the, my, all that can be negated in an acronym.
I thought those were just articles and prepositions.
My favorite band, CR.
I didn't think that included pronouns.
You don't need to include my. I don't see why you would be so anal about an acronym gag that I've done 20 times at this point, trying to find out new shit. And you're like, oh wow, it doesn't work perfectly.
All right, chemical romance.
This is fine. Welcome to PAPAO. What we do here is we talk about movies and berate each other.
Yes.
Today on the docket, we have the Looney Tunes short, Feed the Kitty. Then we have the Ghibli film, Kiki's Delivery Service, the first of the final 5. Then we have the Grand Budapest Hotel, directed by Wes Anderson. But before that, I would like to discuss some movies with you guys in a general sense.
Okay.
So we all know about plot twists, right?
No. What's a plot twist?
Okay. It's one of plot twists.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh.
So, what are some of your guys' favorite plot twists in media? Also, I would like to keep this discussion to no spoilers.
Okay, wait, my favorite plot twist is that wizards shit their pants and then it disappear it.
TJ, no spoilers!
It can't be
God,
a
I haven't
spoiler
got-
if it's not inside the piece of media!
I haven't gotten to that part of J.K. Rowling's Twitter yet, fucker.
I go one tweet a day, because that's all I can physically handle.
Damn right. Jay?
Huh? I just said...
Favorite plot twist?
I don't know what a plot twist is, but...
I just told you.
Yeah, it's...
What are you, a dummy
I
dumb?
mean, it
Yeah.
takes some time to recontextualize your entire life with the...
Yeah, it's
Disagree.
Oh, you know what a
You
plot
fucking
twist is?
knucklehead? You a chuckle fuck?
Yeah. I think the best plot twist is trying to figure out what plot twists are. Being like, oh, that was like something different than what I was supposed to expect. I'm just dumb and I don't expect anything, so I'm like always surprised.
I just think the movies usually end in tea time.
Yeah.
They never do, but one day I'll be ahead of the curve.
So honestly, that's gonna be the big surprise. Is when it's
it's the long con.
Yeah. Tea time. Has a movie ever ended in tea time?
Yeah. I can't tell you.
Or be a spoiler.
Yeah,
Okay.
This is a spoiler-free discussion.
You just gotta watch all the movies until you find it.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that a request?
Yeah.
Yeah, the PAPAO is about watching all the movies 2 at a time. And occasionally more at a time if they're all in a series.
Eventually we'll catch up.
Yeah, quarantine's really helping us here.
There's only
Making
like
stride.
there's at least 20 movies, I think, right?
I think at least 49, because I think we've done 49.
Okay.
Oh, and just in case anybody's wondering, we do have PAPAO 19. That one's not lost. It's just Jason hasn't uploaded his footage, and he's a fucker.
He's dead currently.
He's gone.
He's okay,
he
but
escaped
for
the
now.
country to die. And
Yeah. He's out in the woods, extreme quarantining.
Mm-hmm. Get quarantined to the extreme.
Yeah.
Foraging for berries. He's probably dead right now. Probably got eaten by a bear. It's fine.
Probably got yeeted by a bear, am I right?
oh,
Yeah.
Any other favorite plot twists?
No.
I do have to say real quick, that AO I made was a perfect looking dick in my Audacity feed. Like ball shape, absolutely correct, tip there, everything. That was a solid AO.
TJ will be masturbating to the glory of his AO later. Alright, Jay, would you like to introduce Feed the Kitty?
Feed the Kitty?
Yeah, since you're a fan of it.
Yeah. Feed the Kitty is a Chuck Jones cartoon. It features like a bulldog, I think, taking in a small kitty, and trying to hide it from his owner, and hilarity ensues as per usual. Yeah. I think this is like really fun short. I think it's like very iconic, also to a lot of gags. The gag especially where he thinks the kitty's been baked into a cake was, I don't know. I just recognize that as the Monsters Inc. gag.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. It is. They make the same facial expressions. They both fall over. They have the depressed thing. That was, I think, very obviously an homage to Mr. Jones.
Yeah. The only thing for me is that this perhaps wasn't the best Mel Blanc voice work. Like there's a lot of obviously that's the same voice. That's not like he voices a lot of sound effects too in this. Wait, I mean it's fun. It's got a nice charm to it, but it just, I don't know. That's the only thing for me though.
It's probably the cutest Looney Tune.
Yeah.
Mark Anthony and Pussyfoot.
Yeah.
Unless you really think Daffy's cute.
Surprisingly wholesome. I'm sure there's some real wholesome Porky Pig cartoons, but the only one we saw was him murdering a cat, so I don't know.
Well, yeah, and then the other Porky Pig cartoons, that you see him with Daffy, and Daffy's just giving him the worst just time of his life.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's a pretty cute short. I like the animation a lot, especially on Mark Anthony.
Yeah.
Oh, also that scene where Pussyfoot basically curls into Mark Anthony. That one's referenced a lot. I remember it in South Park, more specifically.
Mm-mm.
It was
pretty influential short for how little it's talked about.
Yeah. It's second most important non-existent characters to the Looney Tunes universe after the frog dude.
No, Mark Anthony and Pussyfoot have multiple shorts.
Do they? This is the only one I've seen, I think.
Yeah. That you remember. But yeah, they have multiple shorts. I don't think any of them are considered as good as the first because,
got it in one.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's the origin story.
Hmm.
That's where they had the most original gags because he's trying to hide it.
It's probably the inspiration for the Rita and Rufus segments on Animaniacs as well. It's just a fun dynamic to see a big friendly dog and a little cat that doesn't know any better.
Yeah.
It's just,
I like how much it acts like a real cat, even down to animation stuff.
Yeah, because that dog does not act like a real dog.
I like how he's built like a gorilla. It's great.
And his owner thinks of him like a child, basically. You gotta take care of that cat. You're a fucking dog.
That is a chain of command that I would not expect.
It doesn't even make sense. The cats are smarter than dogs. I think we can all agree.
They're more independent.
They're smarter.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know if I agree with
dogs.
That,
Dogs are more obedient, so we mistake that for intelligence because we value complacency. But cats can problem solve on their own without just eating everything in the room.
That dog figured out that there was a child in a well on its own, and you are belittling those accomplishments?
Lassie was told to do that off screen, you fool.
Ah.
My cat can open doors. So
But I like what. So what led you to want to start this discussion? In particular, like the what? Never mind. The
What?
just like yeah, cats
Do you
are
think I
smarter
just
than dogs.
pulled out
Though.
a non sequitur?
Conversation cancelled.
Yeah, you're like yeah, cats are smarter than dogs. Like to two dog people, and it's just.
Yeah, do you think? Yeah, if I think cats are smarter than dogs, what do you think I think of dog people? Oh. I don't got anything else for Feed the Kitty.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. That's pretty cute.
I'll give it 9 out of 10.
Damn. You still have not yet to give a Looney Tunes short a 10.
Yeah.
What are your requirements for it to get a 10? Like, what is it missing?
Dover Boys, obviously.
Did I give Dover Boys a 10? No.
You didn't. You gave it a 9, you swine.
Yeah, I don't know. Comedy's a
dare
hard
you.
thing.
It is.
To be like, yeah, this is like objectively perfect. You know, I don't know.
Well, that's not what a score is.
That's your
Okay.
subjective opinion upon
Yeah.
Well, no, you can't like objectively value comedy because that's like you can like value the writing and all that, but at the end of the day, somebody's gonna be turned off by an abortion joke.
Yeah. I don't know. Honestly, the difference between a 9 and a 10 is just gut feeling, and like I don't feel like I can do that gut feeling for something that's pure comedy. You know, but which
Whoa.
is fine. Like I think
That's offensive.
Is it?
You just said that to a comedian.
Comedy will never become
Like,
barred from heaven.
yeah,
Just
that lower art form can't ever be truly top tier.
I just gotta. I don't know.
That's fucked up. Wow.
Is it?
Wow. Yeah, that's real fucked up. That's the most fucked up thing I've ever heard, and we've definitely said, and we've watched Looney Tunes shorts, which have racism in them.
Yeah. Well, we've only
That,
seen.
like, I think, like, now, historically, it goes, like, Hitler, you, Stalin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for saying, how dare you?
Well,
Or-
Stalin was indiscriminate, so he wasn't really racist. He
Oh, I
just
mean,
killed people
there's
Yeah,
power-
no, I was
Power
just talking
gap.
in, like, how awful of a person.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Number 2, you might surpass Hitler one day. We'll see.
Hitler. Me, who has said that comedy can't really be a 10 out of 10. It can be a 9
I feel
out.
like Hitler would say that. This sounds like a Hitler quote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it's 9 out of 10 at best.
Even then, that's pushing it. TJ,
What up?
rating?
Oh yeah, pretty good.
All right.
All right.
Jay, I assume you want to introduce Kiki's?
Yeah, Kiki's is a Ghibli film directed by Hayao Miyazaki, featuring a 13-year-old witch girl leaving her town and joining a bigger city to find her path in life. It's about depression and burnout and learning to make friends in a foreign environment. And I love this movie. This is one of, if not my favorite movies.
It's pretty fucking charming, I gotta say.
Oh
Gosh.
yeah, absolutely.
Also, fun fact, this came out a year after Akira and dethroned it for most expensive anime film.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and nobody had to go bankrupt. So.
Oh man, you gotta take down every corporation you have involved. That's how you make real art.
I don't know. They spent more money and they didn't go bankrupt, so I feel like Akira might have just been poorly managed.
But isn't that the true essence of cyberpunk?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it fits the theming of Akira really well for a company to go bankrupt making it.
Yeah, something about cyberpunk never making money just feels perfectly cyberpunk. Anyway, back to Kiki's. This is probably the cutest Ghibli film, except the second cutest. I'm gonna say second cutest.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I can agree because Are we doing Whisper of the Heart next week?
No, next week is This is my recommendation. So
that's the next to last
will
film
reveal
we're
what's
doing
next.
is Whisper of the Heart. But yeah, Whisper of the Heart
it's Kiki adjacent. They have very similar themes. I think we can get into that with Whisper of the Heart proper though.
Yeah.
This one has a very good thing with artistic burnout, which I assume Hayao Miyazaki had to be going through at the same time, or else he probably wouldn't have included it.
It's nice to see that all of Kiki's films, all of Kiki's friends, like deal with their workflow in different ways. Asano is just very like work oriented, very like into getting into a groove. The artist girl has like on and off relationship with her work. She doesn't pursue it if she's not feeling passionate.
And is a borderline manic pixie dream girl.
Yeah. You know what? That's cool. If you want to be a manic pixie dream girl, gotta just go for it. You know.
Follow your dreams. until you're following someone else's dreams, but that's part of the manic pixie dream girl.
Then like.
Yeah. Go find a mediocre white guy and build him up.
Tombo embraces his like passion for what he loves to almost like a fault, because
even though he's a clown.
Yeah, he's the last one holding on to that dirigible when it flies off, and it's
They're very well established characters.
Yeah, I love the characters so much in this movie.
Yeah.
Even the ones that are supposed to be little shits, like the fortune telling witch she meets early on. Like, she's such a little bitch, and it's so perfect. I don't know.
So I have a question. So with the English dub, I originally tried to watch it on my bootleg Ghibli collection, and like the audio sounded really compressed and distorted. So I was like, all right, obviously it's something wrong with the bootleg. So then I bought the actual official Blu-ray of it, and it still sounds like that. Like, especially with Kiki's Kirsten Dunst's dialogue for Kiki, it sounds like robotically pitched, or like edited with, like its gain was edited after the fact, and it fucking drove me insane when I tried to watch it.
Yeah, I kind of got that too, and I watched it on
What the fuck happened?
On HBO. I don't know. It might have had something to do with when they redid the dub.
Yeah, it's weird. I switched to sub after I failed after I went insane, and sub was delightful.
I don't remember that in the old dub, the one with the original Phil Hartman like.
I still have
improv.
yet to see that. I heard that one improves it though.
Vaguely. I think they had a few lines from Phil Hartman's Gigi, and they
also leave a hint that that Kiki might be able to hear Gigi talk again.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be nice.
He didn't have to trade his talking for sex.
No, it's Gigi's a metaphor for growing up.
Okay.
Because Gigi and Kiki both kind of find partners outside of that, and so Gigi doesn't really need to take on the role of like a sidekick for her anymore. She's more on her own. Mm-hmm. She's independent.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed, seeing the stumbling blocks and how, just genuine conversations with people were able to, kind of lead her in a direction to find that passion
all about
again.
Growing up.
Yeah.
It's part of growing up.
And
I love seeing Kiki fail. It's so fun. Just seeing her just bounce all over the place. Like, oh god! It's a lot of fun.
It is. I'm not sure what exactly it's saying when the old reliable broom that her mom shoved on her ended up being the one that busted when her powers didn't work. And
what worked for her mom doesn't necessarily work for her.
And then the thing that ended up saving the day was a shitty old push broom that she grabbed off of some custodian in the street.
Well, the push broom didn't save the day. Kiki did.
Yeah. Okay. It was
like, that push broom didn't do shit. You're just like that guy. Like, that's my push broom she took. It's a very friendly world. Kiki
Yeah.
almost fucking causes a 20-car pileup, and it's frankly not that big of a deal. She's just like, man, that cop's gonna be mean to me again.
Well, the cop almost told her parents.
How would they find out? I bet she doesn't know they have a phone number.
Yeah, every time someone tried to confront her about like, oh, where's your ID or where do you live, she's just like, bye.
I fell asleep on a train and I ended up here. I don't know.
Habla italiano. And then she runs.
So I'm not sure. So the city apparently has a lot of different inspirations. There are some images of like Sweden hillside cities that look a lot like the one that in Kiki. I know in like an official map that they included, they have certain locations named after like Hawaiian cities, which is weird. So it seems like there's a lot of different inspirations for where this city comes from, and Italy.
Takes place in Ghibli world.
Yeah. Could you imagine if this was the same world as Howl's Moving Castle?
Is it not?
I mean,
I thought Kiki turns into the Witch of the Waste.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Time skip.
No, their magic's way too different.
Yeah. It feels like the Kiki's world is just the regular real world, except they have some witches who do a little bit of witch stuff, and then that's it.
Well, like, being a witch is like being an artist, you know? Some people can do it, some can't.
Yeah.
Just kind of, you just gotta find your thing.
I feel bad the mob did not have a single successful potion that we saw.
That's part of art.
Yeah.
She's just going at it until she finds one.
It was more just she got surprised every single time she was on screen, so...
That's the gag. I mean, we know she runs a
Yeah.
successful business, even if we only see her failures.
True.
You know?
I watched this with my brother, and apparently he said in Japanese there's a shit ton of puns, just like constantly prattling off. That's not in the English translation, but I wish. Because if this was a pun movie, just throughout, 10 out of 10. Easy. Like, 11 out of 10. Fantastic.
Fantastic. I love the soundtrack for this movie. This is one of my favorite movie soundtracks. It
It's
just...
very nice.
Wasn't the music done by one of the other like big Ghibli directors? I only slightly remember seeing it in the credits, but well, let me just do a quick second of research if you guys want to keep talking, and I'll come back with that.
Okay.
We don't know how to fill dead air here.
Yeah. Just cut it.
Delete it all.
Composer was Joe Hisaishi, who did Spirited Away, Totoro, Mononoke, Howl's, Wind Rises, Castle in the Sky, Ponyo, Kiki's, Nausicaa, Porco Rosso, and Kaguya.
Alright.
So pretty prolific within within Ghibli.
Yeah. I thought this was a very, very good movie, and it speaks to me on a lot of different levels, and I love, like, almost every second of it.
Yeah, I thought about naming my cat Gigi because he's a black cat.
Yeah.
I want to fuck that bread himbo.
That guy's very tsundere.
I love him too. I love him a lot.
He's very expressive for not having like any dialogue.
Yeah.
It's real good.
There are a lot of like really like very there are a lot of background characters with a lot of personality, like her and the old lady's maid, who's like super violent, addicted, and kind of nuts.
And she wants to fly. She tries to use Kiki's broom.
My, how terrible! And she's watching the TV, like
See
with
the
a
equivalent of the
big smile on her
Hindenburg.
face.
Yeah.
No, like nobody died. It's just like flying away. It's not on fire.
Not
Really,
yet.
only like Tombo was in danger.
Yeah.
She gets mad when the footage cuts out, and she's like, "Come on, just getting to the good part."
Yeah, she likes violence. I feel that a little bit. I too enjoy violence.
I don't know. I feel like she unironically has watched a snuff film at some point. I don't know.
Have you not? Because I got a recommendation coming
Oh no.
up. So I can,
Uh-oh.
We're doing Serbian film. No.
But yeah, this was definitely a solid movie to watch right now, just to get some of that like,
Good vibes.
kickstart and energy. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing but good vibes all around this episode, frankly.
The old dub for Kiki's also had a song. Gosh, sorry, let me do a quick research on that too.
So you good to fill time here, because like I can say words, 'cause, like I'm doing it, but can you like grab the slack?
The "I'm Gonna Fly" by Sydney Forrest was originally used for like the end credits song in the original dub. Apparently they were given permission specifically by Ghibli to change it for Western audiences, but when they redid the dub, mostly to remove some of the dialogue, because that was after Phil Hartman's wife murdered him.
What?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Damn.
Yeah.
What a fucking bombshell that just dropped.
Jesus.
It's
Christ,
important.
did he marry Courtney Love or something?
I don't know the specifics. This is just what I've heard, but it's important to. Apparently, that happened like a year or two after the dub for this movie came out.
Was it because of the dub? Was she?
Staunchly sub.
Those lines weren't in the sub. You're disrespecting their vision. It's like I'm just a cat.
You know nothing of
she was-
anime.
She was coked up when she did it.
Oh, okay. Anyway, they had that song, but they removed it in the new dub, along with some of those old lines that he had for Gigi. I don't know. It's a very good song. I love it. I remember it specifically in the old VHS trailers, which was like my first exposure to like Ghibli and anime in general, and it just like stuck with me super hard. That and Castle in the Sky, which is probably why I have such fond memories of Castle in the Sky, even though I didn't watch it until I was like 18. It's like
I need to track down that 1998 VHS tape to experience true Kiki's.
yeah. Well,
Honestly,
they made a
Like God
DVD of it.
intended.
It has a dip. Sorry.
The only way you should experience anime is through old ass VHS tapes.
That you just kind of find.
Honestly,
Yeah.
that is kind of an aesthetic.
I mean, that was definitely part of the cool thing of finding Ava, was just like getting some weird tapes and be like, oh, this shit's sick.
I kind of want to watch Akira on an old VHS and see how that like feels. I bet that's like just a cool experience. Just in
It's a cool experience if you don't know what the fuck Akira is.
yeah.
But like knowing what it is, it's just kind of novel.
Yeah, it's just kind of like some like hipster shit if you're purposefully.
Yeah, it's got to be organic or else it's not the same.
Yeah. Okay.
Anything else for Kiki's? The superior, big-budgeted anime movie? That's basically the same as Akira, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kid wanders from their home to find themselves in a
Finds love.
realistic but
People fly.
slightly
Yeah.
different world.
The
Yeah.
world almost ends.
There's a big something at the end that causes conflict.
There's conflict. Don't forget about that.
A character's like, grab my
There's a gang.
hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a gang. That's in both. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Easy.
You got to go.
It has re-sparked the passion in my life, so that's pretty good.
Aw.
Nice.
That's really nice.
Is this your first viewing of Kiki's?
Yeah.
Oh,
nice.
I was not
I'm glad
expecting
you-
that many panty shots, though.
I don't. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how like Miyazaki draws panties. Like I'm not sure what those are.
Really those
didn't
aren't
even-
sexual.
Yeah,
in
it
the
wasn't
slightest.
sexual. It was just
Yeah. It's
like,
yeah, I
damn,
don't
they
know.
really like flipping up that dress.
Well, she was flying. It's what would happen.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's nothing like wrong going on there. We've seen SpongeBob's ass a million times, and nobody fucking flinches. But the second like you see
Well, hey,
a 13-year-old
how are you gonna
witch's
object to sponge cake?
bloom, you see her fucking granny panties, and just like a small shot, and people are like, "Oh my god!"
Well, yeah, I'm not saying it like ruined the movie for me. It was just a thing that I wasn't expecting to be inside of it.
It's anime.
I mean, like, I'm not like disagreeing with you here. I'm just.
This is not anime, actually.
I mean,
That
it's
would be one hell of a stance.
normally when it's like it's anime, it's a different context though, you know.
Yeah.
I think I will introduce Grand Budapest Hotel. This is a 2014 film directed by Wes Anderson, starring Ralph Fiennes. The Grand Budapest Hotel is a 4-time Oscar winner, and it is the story of an author being told a story from a guy who experienced it secondhand about the Grand Budapest Hotel and just an adventure that Ralph Fiennes' character goes on. And it's pretty fucking baller, I gotta say.
It's
Yeah.
a lot of fun. I love the vibe of an upper class European like absurdist world. It's fun, and they can say dumb shit, and it's funny because they're European.
Yeah, solid
You know?
ass lines.
Oh, yeah. Because in prison, you can't be a candiage, so I beat the shit out of him. He's quite a dear friend now. Solid.
The fucking timing on so many of those jokes is like
Oh,
makes them.
Like when he's hanging, like fucking reciting the poem, then Zero just knocks off Willem Dafoe. Holy shit, you got him!
Yeah.
Or when they come to arrest him, and he's like, and just runs. And it's all in a wide shot, so you see the guys going after him too as he climbs up the stairs. Fucking brilliant framing. That is what Wes Anderson does best, though, framing.
Oh
It's-
yeah. A masturbatory focus on like symmetry and framing.
Oh yeah, and his set design's fucking brilliant. Same with costume design. He's fucking on it right now. Well, in this. Well, and in Isle of Dogs. I've really enjoyed all the Wes Anderson I've seen, but I've only seen 3 films, so who knows? And
Yeah,
apparently those 3 were the 3 best, or 3 of the best.
I've seen 3 films now too.
Yes, we have seen the same 3 films, which is very surprising.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've only seen this one.
You haven't seen Isle of Dogs or Fantastic Mr. Fox?
No, I caught a little bit of Fantastic Mr. Fox, but like 5 minutes, you know, not like a honest viewing of it, you know.
Yeah, Fantastic Mr. Fox is pretty good, I gotta say.
Yeah.
I
I do
need
want
to rewatch it.
I want him to do like a crossover with Leica, so they can get like some real nice CGI. Stop motion claymation.
He already has fantastic claymation.
Yeah, but like the quality of Leica's, and then just the framing of Wes Anderson, that could be nice. But he already has pretty good claymation. That's true.
Yeah, it's Wes Anderson is such an auteur that the idea of him working with anybody is just kind of I don't see the guy doing it well. I couldn't imagine. Oh God, having his ideas funneled through Universal Studios. Oh no.
Oh yeah, that's fair. But I feel like it is
Yeah.
a little reductive to say that he isn't working with other people like with this.
Well, no, I mean working with a big studio.
Okay, yeah.
That can't happen. The dude's way too weird for that.
Yeah, I forget that Leica's part of a big studio.
Yeah, right? They're
Sometimes.
part of Universal Studios.
Weird.
The Minions people.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. They
Yeah.
own Illumination too?
Yeah, they own Illumination, DreamWorks, and Laika. Those are their three
Huh.
animation studios. What a fucking trio.
The fucking Disney Squad.
Like three different sides of the triangle of fuck you, Disney.
One that's trying to fuck over Pixar. One that's garbage. Just absolute fucking garbage.
The money pit.
And the
The
one
money
that
pit.
tried
The one seeking Oscar glory.
and has some like real artistic integrity. A lot of DreamWorks films have artistic integrity too, but
Some.
some.
DreamWorks is a hodgepodge.
Yeah,
Which is interesting, to say the least.
yeah.
I really like the characters in this. They're all very vibrant and understandable. Especially, and it's also a pretty good heist thriller. Yeah, Monsieur Gustave. Brilliant.
Yeah,
man.
I was definitely not expecting the heist aspect, because I had very little knowledge of this movie, but I assumed it was just gonna be some posh prick hanging out in there, but I was like, oh,
How wrong were you? I love when he just Adrian Brody's character just calls him you fucking faggot, and then it's you're having sex with my mom, and he's like, I thought I was a faggot.
You're bisexual.
But you're bisexual. Just trying to. Oh god! And when they all get punched.
Oh yeah, literally that moment was when I leaned in a little closer to the movie. I'm like, okay, all right, you've shown a bit of your head.
Jay's moment too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had already seen this before, so this was a very, very fun revisit.
Yeah, I was thinking that by the end. I'm like, I definitely want to go back through this. Just put some more pieces together.
Yeah, right after I saw it again, I ordered the Criterion collection of it.
This is just really good absurdism.
I can't remember what fucking genre of comedy is also the one making fun of rich poshness. So give me a second, guys. Fill with dead air. Oh god.
What'd you think of the movie, TJ?
The rope has been thrown to me. I really liked it. I definitely want to see if they're obviously I know it's his style with the symmetry thing, but I want to try to see if there's anything meaningful there, with the symmetry and where it exists in certain scenes. Because I don't know if I'm trying to attribute meaning to a place where there isn't any, but it just seems like a place where there could be.
Could be.
It's
meaning.
a farcical comedy.
Farcical?
Style of William Shakespeare, relying on slapstick and absurdity.
Yeah, I really like the big British energy, but it's not British humor,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Wes Anderson humor.
It feels like it wants to slap you out of the fanciness with a Seth Rogen level thing, joke every once in a while. Just you're like, what? And you're focused back in because.
Oh yeah. There's so many F-bombs for such a movie you would not expect to hear fuck.
Yeah.
And it works so well.
Some combination of Seth Rogen and Monty Python.
No, you said big British without British big British energy without British comedy, and Monty Python's as British as it gets.
Yeah. Oh, I guess it's just the character really who's big British energy.
Oh yeah. And they're in fun fictional country, which I think is Austria. If we want to, I think it's supposed to be Austria at least.
Yeah, I believe the writer that this was loosely based on was Austrian.
Yeah, and then very much the bad guys are Nazis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have the fucking SS lightning and everything.
This is backwards, so it's ZZ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Double Zeta.
It's fun. I like the switching of styles. Like every time it goes further back into the past, it gets a little more like out there until eventually, when it is on Mustav, it's just all bright and pink, and then whenever it cuts back, it's a lot more dreary to represent like the air of not the air of like gentlemanness that Mustav was trying to portray and give people. And then once it finally once his death happens, spoilers, Gustav, not Mustav, Monsieur Gustav, I was combining it. And once his death finally happens, it's all shot in black and white. I like it a lot. I like all the details he puts in.
Yeah, and like, you know, that he kept that air at the Grand Budapest, so when, you know, you see it after, you know, it's ran so much more just like a business than
yeah,
you know,
it's not run like a business because Zero.
Oh, yeah.
But it's just kind of, as he said, it's in shambles.
Yeah.
And they have a fucking what's his face running it now.
Held together by the hotel cult. That was
Yeah, basically. That was a good. I like the coalition of crossed keys.
Yeah. As you guys can see with the group chat, there was a lot of moments where I'm just like, oh shit, this person.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You see a lot of his frequent collaborators here: Bill Murray, Owen Wilson, Adrian Brody. He really likes putting Luke Wilson. Like, I think his first movie was with Owen Wilson and Luke Wilson. Yeah. So yeah, you guys, it's Edward Norton. He fucking loves Edward Norton.
Yeah.
Just good times to be had. I do like that he keeps the same rotation of actors. It gives all of his films a unique personality, kind of like a Coen Brothers, except not as good as a Coen Brothers. I said it.
Mr.
Take that fucking specific group of hipsters I offended and other group of hipsters I have won the admiration of.
Mr. Gustav.
Monsieur Gustav.
Monsieur Gustav. Like, I was expecting him to die a lot sooner and for Zero to take, like, reins. Like, when he's dangling off the cliff, but he, like, dies in one of the most, like, undramatic ways like, that was, like, the section of the movie that was least made a joke was the being intimidated by the Nazi soldiers on the trains scenes.
Yeah.
I feel like those were the scenes that were least made to be, like, dumb, goofy jokes, for whatever that's worth.
Yeah. Well, it's because, you know, Nazis aren't funny.
Yeah.
Unless, like, you know, they are.
I also do like how much of the movie
complex.
like reflects like to earlier parts.
Yeah, it's like poetry, it rhymes.
No, it's like symmetry. It's reflective, motherfucker.
Symmetry doesn't rhyme, dumbass. What a fucking idiot this guy is.
Unless you're Charlie Chaplin or Taika Waititi, you know, they're allowed
Or Mel Brooks.
Yeah, they're allowed to find Nazis funny.
No, actually, so, fun fact about the dictator, Charlie Chaplin satire Nazis. He would not have made that movie if he had known about the concentration camps, he said later.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, like, it's also why that movie hasn't aged superbly, because it's very toothless. Like, if he had known, he would have torn into it a million times harder.
Mm-hmm.
Mel Brooks is fucking master. And Jojo Rabbit's good, but it's also very derivative of Wes Anderson, ironically. Good tie-in.
Wasn't there a child named Jojo in this movie? Well, from one of the
Sure.
the chains of the secret hotelsmen.
I mean, sure, it's a name.
Yeah.
See, Munch.
Was that a motherfucking Jojo Rabbit reference?
The part 9's weird. Yeah. Jojo Rabbit's a good movie, but after like seeing this again, I was like, oh yeah, I can definitely, I see the argument, or at least the point that people made that Jojo Rabbit feels derivative of Wes Anderson. and it's fair. Grand Budapest is a very good movie.
It was pretty good. Yeah.
There's lots of good shit in it.
Yeah.
And I would like to watch it again. I like all these characters. The comedic timing is fabulous. Anything else for Grand Budapest?
Not really.
I like the music. It's a good humdinger. They like to reuse one of the scores as a motif that like is very upbeat and fun. It's a good movie. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10.
7 out of 10. That's
How dare you?
Sorry, it's a comedy. Gotta give it that tax.
I think it's best if I get offended only when it's a 1 point difference.
It caused me a drink, but in like a fancy way, you know, like get in the mood of it.
Like a
Like I broke out the good glasses, you know, got some ice, swirled it, you know, sniffed it, that kind of shit. Not
pink. Oh yeah, sorry. I thought you said ice for a second. Got out the good ice, swirled it. I was like, what the fuck?
little bits of ice shaped like Wonder Woman, you know, just my little.
Yeah, I got out the best ice trays.
Right. So if that's all we got for Grand Budapest, I think we're gonna move on to the end segment. So our next Ghibli film, since it is my recommendation, I will be introducing The World to Pom Poko. The PAPAO World to Pom Poko.
Yeah,
my favorite Ghibli film.
Nobody's ever seen it this year.
I have had this movie very hyped up by you, so...
Yeah.
I haven't hyped it up. I just told you, like, a tanuki beats a cop with his testicles.
You're also like, this is my favorite Ghibli movie by far, and like...
I don't think by far, but like pretty, like I think if you watch it, you go, yeah, it's his favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was also there for like 10 minutes after you had seen it, so.
Yeah, I was fucking on
Like
Cloud 9. Same with
I walked
Justin.
into the room, so and I was like,
yeah,
what's this shit going on here?
yeah, we're watching Nausicaa and still just riding that Pom Poko high.
Yeah. Oh.
I don't know what to tell you, man. Pom Poko, it does things to me. Also, watch this subbed. It is better subbed than dubbed. I will say that right now.
I think I did watch the dub, so rewatching it as the sub would probably be good. Yeah.
And then the short recommendation, I'm gonna recommend one of the new ones again. Plumber's Quack. I think it's my favorite of the new ones.
Mm-hmm.
That's Daffy Duck and Elmer Fudd. Just a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And for the film, I am recommending the Japanese masterpiece directed by Ishihiro Honda, none other than the 1954 film Gojira.
Oh no!
What? It's a classic.
Damn!
No.
It's not like I fucking recommended Godzilla versus Biollante.
Yeah, we got the classy one. We could have gotten some utter trash. So
Yeah.
What was the name of the short again? Sorry.
Plumber's Quack.
Plumber's Quack. Okay.
And this is very important for watching Gojira. Do not, under any circumstances, watch the English dub Godzilla King of Monsters. It is garbage. Just absolute garbage and ruins almost everything about the original.
Well, you don't like Twilight Zone, man?
No. Okay. And I think that's it for PAPAO.